On top of Dragon Ball Super Superheroes release, on top of Legend, a Dragon Ball tale, basically taking over the conversation for Dragon Ball, we have another brand new breaking news moment that gives us something the fandom has been wanting for a very long time, guys, and I have all the information right here. We're almost at 400,000 subscribers, almost 400,000 souls. We can make this final push, guys, and get to the 400k mortal plan. Let's complete it as soon as possible. And don't forget to check out my review on Legend, a Dragon Ball tale. The link is going to be in the description below. DBS Chronicles is quickly becoming the go-to source for Dragon Ball news across all platforms, and here he comes with a major brand new breaking news moment from Psycho Devon, who is his source. But it looks like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is in development and its expected release is going to be 2024. This is tremendous news, not only for all of us Dragon Ball fans, but specifically Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 community. They have been hurting for years, probably close to a decade now. They've been struggling to keep the hype for this game alive. There have been mods, of course, and there has been the obligatory DLC lineup from Bandai trickling in brand new characters at $5 or so a pop. But now the mother of all video games is finally about to release, and I want to give you guys my top 5 changes I want to see in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 when it eventually drops. Number 1, the mechanics. The mechanics of Xenoverse 2 were not enough change from Xenoverse 1. It was practically the exact same game with a different story, a few additions, but nothing more. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 needs to have more incorporation of older Dragon Ball games when it comes to the combat specifically. In my opinion, Dragon Ball Xenoverse combat is like a wet blanket. It is like a wet noodle. You cannot feel the punches, you cannot feel the beams, can't feel the blast. There is no impact. There's no source of impact. When you punch another character, you really don't feel it. Even if the control moves around, tells you you're feeling it, it doesn't feel the same way as, say, Budokai Tenkaichi was, where everything felt like you were a monster slamming people through mountains. I want that for Xenoverse 3. The mechanics need to have a complete uplift and change from Xenoverse 1 and 2. It needs to be something more, a more updated version of the engine that we already have, with actual attacks and finishers and abilities that feel like they are not only faithful to the actual anime and the manga, but also have a lot of flashiness and impact. I'm talking, I want something similar to the Ninja Storm visuals or some of the cool visuals that we got from Kakarot and Fighters. I want that for this game. Number 2 is story, and this is a big one for me. Do not, and I repeat, do not go back and make us redo Dragon Ball Z all over again. I love Dragon Ball, I love Dragon Ball Z, but we've had too many games at this point that make you do Dragon Ball Z before you get to the very end, and I think that's terrible. To me, I think that we need to focus on things that we haven't seen yet, things that we haven't had video games for. Honestly, Dragon Ball Super in itself, there really has only been expansions in DLC format for that game. Not everybody has played it. I played a few of them, and they were pretty fun. So I'm thinking that they need to go from Dragon Ball Super onward, but I do think there is a special place in, say, a special mission type of arc, a spin-off story, where we can get something from Dragon Ball. We can get Goku going back in time and seeing his younger self. Things along those lines. I think that that is where the story needs to go. Finishing up the story from Fu and the Time Patrollers to go all the way back to Dragon Ball, to go all the way in the future with Dragon Ball Super and Superhero and the manga. This is all great stuff that I want in the video game. Number 3 is characters. Xenoverse 3 needs to have every single character that Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 has already dropped at its original release, or at least being able to be unlocked in the game early on. Every character that we paid money for Xenoverse 2 should be in Xenoverse 3, because they still have a shitload of more characters that they can add in Xenoverse 3 as DLC or free LC or whatever that we've never seen before. There are a lot of manga characters we've never seen before, a lot of Tournament of Power characters characters we've never seen before. Hell, Superhero has 2 new transformations and a bunch of new characters you can add, including the Gammas. There is a lot left there, even if you add everything that Xenoverse 2 already has in Xenoverse 3 at the start. Which brings me to number 4, what if? What if situations were something that we got back in Budokai Tenkaichi, and we've gotten a little bit in Xenoverse 2. I mean, that's kind of the premise of it, basically, but I want more. I want more what ifs. I want small what if stories based on the characters' lives, and I want big what if stories based on several fights that the characters have had. I want more missions that feel like what ifs and feel like the outcomes make new characters or give new characters life. I would love to have an outcome where we get the actual Hercule and Goku fusion together. That happens. I would love to see that actually happen and have that version of the fusion characters be playable. Fucking make sure you can fuse most of the characters together and give them new fusion names and new fusion backstories. That would be so cool to me. And lastly, customization just needs to be upgraded, because when they went from Xenoverse 1 to Xenoverse 2, there basically was the same exact customization that the Xenoverse 1 had. Again, Xenoverse 2 came out very fast after Xenoverse 1, and there wasn't much change from that story, honestly. And with Xenoverse 3 around the corner, I think that having more customizable options for the characters that you make is a big thing, is a big one. I think that should be something they should focus on. Maybe even being able to choose how old or young you want a character to be. If you want a kid character or you want a really old man, you should be able to choose that. And honestly, in Kanton City, characters should be able to fly from the start. There should be no way that you have to like wait several chapters and be far into the game before you can learn how to fly. That's just my pet peeve from Xenoverse 2. But let me know in the comments below what you guys would add in Xenoverse 3. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.